and we told Iraq to attack them. We gave weapons. We were selling both sides. We were selling weapons to Iraq and Iran to kill each other.
Okay.
We're nasty. So what happened is, as a country, the Iranians, they saw themselves isolated, sanctioned. They can't sell their oil. The economy is destroyed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build all these like the octopus, these tentacles, right? All
Yes.
over the place, destabilize the region, and then they have to negotiate with me and get myself out of the situation I'm in. You understand what the reasoning is?
I tuned out. I got distracted.
Well, what they did is they're trying to get out. They're trying to get rid of the sanctions they're under. So what they did, they created this group to create headaches and destabilization. They're able to say, okay, guys, we got to sit with these Iranians and tell them to stop funding these people. And the Iranians said, okay, we're gonna stop, but we got to lift up the sanctions, the embargoes, and let us live as a nation. From day one, that they never.
So
had
it's a bargaining chip. It's a bargaining chip because they're able to be a nuisance and a threat to us and our friends.
And then you come and negotiate with them.
And but don't they agree with the rebels, the Hamas and all them? They agree with them on a lot of levels, right?
You have to understand, Iran is a Shia theocracy.
Okay.
So and the majority of the Islamic world is like 90% Sunni. They hate each other, by the way, and
the Sunnis and the Shia hate each other.
And the groups they were supporting, they were Shia, they were minority inside Syria, they were minority in Yemen. These guys, Houthis, only represent about 1% of the population.
And they're Shia.
Yeah, they're Shia, and they're not wanted. I'm going to tell you, it's like a hateful situation since the 1400s. You understand? They hate each other since the 6th century. They hate each other. So,
why?
Huh? Well, they have
why do they Shia?
Well, they had a schism. What happened is the Shia they broke out of the like the Catholic and the Protestants. They broke out.
I know, but we're not killing each other now.
But they were doing it then. I mean, now you're not. But
yeah, I mean, we do hate each other sometimes.
Because we like the IRA was blowing up things all over northern.
Because we're more civilized because we're not as desperate as they are.
Are we really civilized? We're bombing all these countries. Is that civilization? We are liars.
No, I'm terms about with each other. The Catholics and the Protestants.
Yeah, well,
get along for now.
I know, but we are civilized to ourselves. But to kill other people in other countries is okay for us.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not particularly fond of that.
But I mean, that's not civilization. We're lying to ourselves.
Huh? But I think that Trump wants to stop all that, and he kind of have to.
You know what I like? What's his name? Tucker Carlson is a real America First person. I really like him. You see how he humiliated Ted Cruz last night?
I did see a little. I saw a snippet in which Tucker Carlson.
It was so beautiful.
My competitor.
I stopped eating.
He interviewed Senator. He interviewed Senator Ted Cruz and said, "How many people are in Iran? I don't know. 92 million." And you don't know anything about this country that you're supporting overthrowing their leader?
Yeah. I said, do you know the makeup of the country?
You know the makeup of the country? Oh, I think they're majority Persian. What did he say? I don't know.
They're not. The Persians are a minority.
The Persians are a minority in their own country?
They represent 45% or 40%.
So they're kind of like the whites. And so who's running the country? Is it Persians running the country?
Yeah, they run the country, but you have to understand, because it used to be an empire, so they still have control of all these lands. They inherited it with different, but they have the same faith. They are Shia. The other people.
Do the majority of the Persians like the leadership?
No. You're never going to get that.
The
problem is Iran.
Does Iran like their own leadership in general?
No, they like it. The problem is you have all these sanctions. There's a lot of hardship. So when you have hardship, you're like,
blaming of the leaders.
Yeah, what am I doing with this government? I'm 40 years of sanctions and embargoes. I mean, we are struggling. Our kids are struggling. This is the whole idea, is to get the people to turn against the government, and it's not happening because they're maybe because
they don't like America either, and Israel.
Well, I mean, right now, the people. I don't think. You have to understand, people like people, but sometimes you go out, that's to America. You can get any demonstration you want in Arabia or any place to do whatever you want. Just pay them a little money, like the leadership, bring them out, yell and scream all day, and go back home.
What's Arabia?
The Persians are pragmatic.
Is people. Arabia the region that includes all these different countries?
Yeah, we're the one who defeated Persia. You know that, right? We made the Muslims.
Yemen?
Yeah, no. Well, there was a Yemeni leader. Persia was the leader. It was like the empire.
Okay.
Imagine the Arabs in 632. They were nomads. They were killing their own daughter because if you had a first daughter, they used to bury them alive. They were backwards people. Then Islam came in. Within 3 decades, they took down the Byzantine Empire, the Roman Empire, and the Persian Empire in 3 decades only. You know, we defeated the Romans. We took over Egypt, North Africa, and we got rid of them.
The Arab Muslims.
Yeah, and we took over the Byzantine Empire, Syria, the Levant. What is
I
it?
thought you were the Byzantine Empire.
No, the Orthodox Christian are the Byzantine Empire.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang.
You had two. You had the Roman Empire was Catholic at that time, and you have the Byzantine, which is the Eastern Orthodox.
And so the Persians. So if somebody comes from Iran, they're Iranian, but they're not necessarily Persian.
They hate Arabs.
Because I used to think that was interchangeable, but it's not.
No, they're only 40% of the population. The Persian.
So you could be an Iranian, but not Persian.
Yeah, they control the country because it is their country, but due to occupation, due to historical changes of lands and geography, they inherited a lot of people from different regions. You understand?
Nice.
Yeah, but they share the same.
So
faith.
Is it like apartheid? Kind of like people say that Israel and South Africa is?
No, they're full-fledged citizens. I mean,
okay.
They're Shia. They share the same faith, so it doesn't really matter to them. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? It's like being old Catholic, but you're from Mexico, from El Salvador, wherever you are. But these people, apartheid is a Western concept. It is a European concept. You guys always came up with the craziest stuff, man.
Nice.
Yeah, imagine that the Boers, they went to South Africa, the Dutch, and they controlled almost.
I mean, they founded it, right?
7 million people, and they had it in these cantons, and they want to enforce this system of we are superior, we own everything, and you're gonna forever remain these people in these shiny towns, whatever. It's not gonna work. And they had the same thing as Israel. They had a nuclear weapon. They had everything. And then once they were not defeated, once they gave up apartheid, they had to give up their nuclear weapons.
Oh man, what a mess. Well, that's probably a good thing because now they're communists. I know everybody. Yeah, it's horrible. We made that country worse.
We in the United States have a problem where when we go into countries, we mess up more than we do. We fix. Because we are driven by economic interests, not by government interests, by certain government corporation interests. We are a corporation that wants to make money. That's at the end of the day. That's what we do. Have any questions?
I have super chats to read, a whole bunch from Elijah, I believe.
They're kind to me today, or they're killing me out there?
Because they're actually saying that I should be teaching preschool or something. I'm not sure whether.
Yeah, they were on the side of Walmart today. I took
What's
over
up,
today.
CLC? CLC's over there on the pill.net crew. Let me refresh on some of these other platforms.
Yeah.
But I do have coffees and things to read before I get to the calls. Okay. So I do see from Lord have mercy. Okay. On D Live, I have some super chats. So far, Omar is better than Croissant the Dawn. And he says a different word.
I'm the best guest you have. You should give me a weekly slot.
Are you familiar with Croissant the Dawn of the Misfit Nation? Have you ever seen him on my show?
I think I see it because I saw a comment. Is it the guy with the hat?
Yeah. He wears a hat.
He looks Asian.
He has an AR type of weapon in the.
He looks Asian, right?
Yeah, he's a little bit Chinese, actually.
I see this. I saw his squint eyes right away.
So, he's mixed.
Racism.
Yeah,
we love it. We love it.
Nope. Elijah says nobody wants war except Bibi, Satan, Yahoo, and Israel.
Yep.
Says Elijah. Well, you can understand that though, because they want to put the smack down. They have to deal with these problem people. Anyway, survivors of the USS Liberty says that it was intentional. Yeah. But how would they know? They're looking at it, and they don't know that it was intentional.
They communicate with them before the attack. They talk to them. They have radio. It's us. We're the Americans. The American flag is bigger than the ship.
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
And
You might be
anyway,
right.
the Israel was at war with Egypt. Egypt doesn't have a destroyer like that. It's very obvious. Why?
It's a
Why would
little
they?
bit similar. That's a boat. A boat's a boat. How do we know?
No, it's a destroyer. Nobody has that. It was an. It's
Oh,
not even a war. It's an intelligence.
I saw the Egyptian boat and I saw the American USS
No,
Liberty
no.
boat. I'm
Watch
like,
the.
I
Watch the.
can't really tell the difference.
There's an interview with Candace Owens and one of the person that was on the boat. Like
Yeah, a survivor of
like
the
8
USS
million
Liberty
people
thing.
watched that episode. Listen, don't make
I know, but
excuses.
well, it's just that I just don't know, and I don't know that you guys necessarily know.
You don't
That's
attack
all
a
I'm
ship
saying.
for 3 or 4 hours trying to drown it without knowing it's an
That's all sort
American.
of understandable. I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't do it in order to like do a false flag and blame Egypt and try to
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
America into
Even
the
now, I
war.
was afraid they were.
But I am also saying that I don't know that that's the reason. And anyway, that was 50, 60 years ago. It's totally
Okay,
different leadership now.
there's an operation
And
called.
they gave us like 3 million bucks.
Who was it? We gave them about $30 billion last year. Come on.
I know, but
There's a
so they
operation.
said sorry.
There's
How long you guys gonna hold it against them?
no,
It's
no. It's called the Levon operation, Levon. In the 50s, the
okay.
Mossad were trying to kill Americans and attack American interests in Egypt to create a problem between the United States and Egypt.